Hey Disney friends, it's Amber with MickeyTravels. I'm going to go over the quick service restaurants at the 4 theme parks at Walt Disney World today, give you my recommendations. I've picked like 4 or 5 from each. I've either A, personally had all of these, which I think I have looking at my list besides maybe 3, or it is a favorite with my clients that I book. So stay tuned. Keep in mind with these restaurants that they are all available on the dining plan. So if you are on the quick service dining plan, you can use your credit here and you get an entree and a beverage. And if you're on the table service dining plan, you also get just an entree and a beverage. This has changed from previous years if you've been watching my videos. They no longer include the dessert. Now you get an extra snack with your dining plan reservations. So say you wanted to use a snack with your lunch at a quick service restaurant, you can. You just have to now use your snack credit instead of getting it included with that. 2018, there will be a slight change as well. You can, on the Disney dining plan, when you use a quick service, you should be able to get an alcoholic beverage for your beverage. Just keep in mind that these locations all do not serve alcohol. So it would mostly be useful for those that are using a table service credit to get the one free adult beverage that's included with your meal. I've also excluded Be Our Guest from this list just because it's been overdone so many times. So yes, that is one of the top quick service locations in all of the parks, just because breakfast and lunch is a quick service and then dinner's a table service, and many people seek that that reservation more than any others usually. So I've excluded that just to keep in mind if this is something maybe you're a little late in the game and you couldn't find Be Our Guest, here are some other options. Or if you don't like to make reservations in advance and like to be free willing everywhere around, then these are places you can just drop on in and get your meal. You don't have to worry about having a reservation. At Magic Kingdom, here are my choices for the top quick service restaurants to get. Now, I do believe that most of the quick service at Magic Kingdom are great. So I've tried to narrow it down to some to consider. Casey's Corner, which is on Main Street, USA, specializes in hot dogs, and they have one that I've personally had with the pulled pork and coleslaw on top. It's great. Columbia Harbor House, for those of you that are maybe wanting to get more bang for your buck, they do offer many seafood options with a quick service price. Personally, have not ate here. My family and I growing up were not seafood people. My husband is, so next time we are probably there, we'll be stopping. I've heard the chicken pot pie is great, and they do have like fried shrimp and things for kids that maybe don't want the seafood but want the fried seafood. Pecos Bill's, I've had that a few times. It has a salad bar type thing to put on top if you like order their nachos. There's lots of options with things you can put on top of those. So it is a better place because of the freshness, I feel. It's more Mexican and American than it is just hamburgers and hot dogs. There is a challenge there if you want to try to have the ultimate nacho. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but you order a huge plate of nachos and try to finish it in a certain amount of time with your large party. So that's kind of fun if you're a foodie that likes to do those challenges. The Pinocchio House Village, which is in Fantasyland, and I've had their barbecue chicken pizza, I believe. So again, this is right next to Small World, and you can see the Small World ride if you're sitting inside the restaurant. Different options than your regular hamburgers and hot dogs. And Columbia Harbor House, I didn't mention, that is also in Magic Kingdom. It's further down, it's like near Liberty Square, but they're right down the street from each other. And then Pecos Bills is in Frontierland. So my last choice here would be Sleepy Hollow. Unfortunately, Sleepy Hollow is more of a walk up and take your food kind of thing. And they are very famous for their waffle sandwiches. They have a fruit one, and they have the spicy chicken one, which just recently may had a comeback. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to eat these. These are not on the dining plan. The waffle sandwiches are not. You can't use a snack credit for them, and they're not considered a quick service meal. So this is something maybe if you don't mind paying out of pocket even if you're on the plan, or you aren't on the plan in general and just want maybe something to try just because it's famous, because it's at the Disney park. Try the waffle sandwiches. I hear they're awesome. Animal Kingdom, there are a few choices here. I usually just recommend a couple, but with Pandora now opening, there is another option for us to consider. Pizzafari, which is going to have obviously pizza. Flame Tree Barbecue is going to have more upscale barbecue type things for a quick service price. Yak and Yeti, and I've had the table service of Yak and Yeti and can rave about it. We go there It will now be a tradition for us to go there every time, so my husband says. But Yak and Yeti is going to be more Asian-inspired quick service types. So I know they have a chicken fried rice that is a great option for the quick service credit there. And now the new place located in Pandora, Satterley Canteen, which I have not been to Animal Kingdom since Pandora's open, but I've been watching videos, and it's very healthy nutritional options at this place. And you can choose quinoa, and you could choose the different types of famous like healthy guru type things, and I heard it's very fresh and great. And the lines are not super busy as of right now if you go in between 11 and noon, but then around noon is when it starts to pick up. Epcot, I always encourage when I'm making plans for my clients, I just say quick service recommendations, anything in World Showcase, which is almost true because you have so many options located around Epcot around the world to pick for a quick service credit. Almost every single country has an option. They'll have probably a sit down and a quick service credit. So that is really fun to do if you want to try to dine around the world, which I have a video about and I've attempted, where we've either got a food, a snack, or a meal in every little place in Epcot. So I've also picked a couple in Future World too. So the ones in Future World that I recommend are Electric Umbrella and then Sunshine Seasons. Had both of these recently. The food is still great. It's going to be great for kids if you have picky eaters because the kids menus there are pretty typical of other kids menu type places. They've got chicken sandwiches. Sunshine Seasons uses food that's grown inside the Living with the Land attraction that's close by. A lot of Asian inspired there too. So all these places, if you've noticed a pattern, I tend to recommend just because they do steer away from your typical hamburgers and hot dogs theme park food. With that being said, I do believe they serve hamburgers at Electric Umbrella. I cannot recall off the top of my head, but it is really good and it's nice and cool inside to sit down. All right, so if I had to narrow it down between like 2 or 3 places in World Showcase to consider and think about ones that I've had and then other things built in too, Cantina de San Angel, Cantina de San Angel. Cantina de San Angel. That is so hard to say, but it's not. All right, that's in Mexico. And that features, I've had the chips and salsa. They have guacamole type things, but they also have like quick Mexican inspired items. The other tip about this place is if you're thinking about wanting to see illuminations at night, you can grab a table outside at this quick service pretty early and have viewing for the show. Bakery in France. I've had mini snacks there. They also serve food, so if you want like a quick service, just small sandwich type thing, this is a great place to consider. And then in Japan, the Katsuro Grill. There's a few YouTubers I watch that go there almost every single time. I've personally never had it. We actually go to China more than we do Japan. Sushi is an option there. And with China, their quick service has more pot stickers, egg rolls type things, your traditional Chinese. But Katsuro Grill has some things that are maybe more on the ethnic side to get more bang for your buck. And lastly, Hollywood Studios, which is undergoing so many refurbishments right now. It's hard to know what's going to be open in the future. But if you have been paying attention to the news in Disney and have been staying on my Facebook page, you know there's a lot coming into Hollywood Studios, a lot of changes and a lot of refurbs that are going on. There are about 3 or 4 quick service locations still open, and since my previous videos have been made, some have closed. So here's an update. These are still open and these are ones to consider. ABC Commissary is an indoor quick service, so you'll walk in and order and can sit in there. It's located right next to Sci-Fi Dine-In. I believe there's chicken, I've had salads there. There is a seafood option usually, depending on what time of year it is. A plethora of dessert choices. You walk up and your menu is full of different items for you to try. It can be pretty crowded in there. Most people, especially in the hot summer, want a place to sit inside, so this one does fill up the fastest if you're trying to dine during prime lunch hours. Backlot Express is located near Star Tours, and that one is very similar to Commissary, just with the food options. It's also indoors. It's a little more widespread, and there's some things to look at Star Wars related in that restaurant, so this one is not as crowded since it's kind of hidden off to the side. And formerly the Pizza Planet is now Pizza Rizzo, which is the Muppet-themed pizza place located really close to Muppet Vision 3D. I've had this one when it was the Toy Story Pizza place, but I haven't had it since. I'm assuming it's the same kind of food, just they've changed the theming. So if you're wanting just specifically pizzas and salads, which when we went, you got the pizza, the salad, and the drink as one total meal. And then we went when we had the desserts, but that's a lot of food. If you consider it's like a little personal pan and then your own little cup of salad, that's pretty good for the quick service credit. What's your favorite quick service location in any of the parks? I love to hear about new things. These are the ones that are used most often, and I know as you're planning your Disney trip, you always want to keep in mind some places to consider. Do know that all of the menus for these places are on the Disney World website, and you can check out there, especially if you have food allergies or someone maybe that's vegetarian or needing a specific type of food. If you have any questions about your upcoming Disney vacation, please let me know. You can contact me via my information at the end of the video or down below. Have a magical day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.